Okay, fantastic. Good day, everybody. My name is Mathur. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer at the Telecom Infra project. Today, I have two esteemed colleagues that I'll introduce in a second. Today, we're going to have a focus on the OpenLAN community, specifically work that's been happening over the past 3 or 4 years, actually, in OpenLAN. And we're just going to talk about where we're at in that community and the spirit of the work that's been happening there and where it's going. And then also have a little bit more of a deep dive on one of our key proponents and champions in that community, which is Edgecore. And Edgecore has been really showing and being a leading example of how open Wi-Fi access point development can really occur in a very spirited way. So before I get into any of the nubs here, let's talk about, let's introduce who I have with me. So on my left, I have Jaspreet. Jaspreet, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Jaspreet Sachdev. I am the OpenLAN TPM. Been with the project for close to 5 years now.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jaspreet. And TT, do you want to introduce yourself as well?
Yes, I'm Teng Tai Hsu. I'm working at the Edgecore, responsible for product management for our company.
Fantastic. Nice to see you both. Thank you very much for joining today's podcast. So let's start with Jaspreet first. Jaspreet, you're very familiar with what's happening within the OpenLAN community. And I know there is a very good, strong program steering committee there and a fairly resolute community that has been working on OpenLAN for the past few years. If you don't mind, just for the audience here, and specifically, I'm really wanting to make sure we target telecom operators and ISPs and MSPs as a part of this podcast. Would you mind telling us a little bit more about what the OpenLAN community has been developing? What sort of value propositions in the market? We did talk about it at Fuse 2025 in Dublin. Beyond the value propositions, also, there's been a real concerted effort in ensuring there's a level of interop between the different components that exist in Open Wi-Fi and driving a PKI certification model. Tell us what that is as well. And also, final question to you, Jaspreet, if you can roll that in as well as a part of your answer. A new technology drive, certainly through the collaboration that TIP and WBA has kicked off as well. And maybe talk about some of the new features that are being developed as a part of the technology effort that's happening there in OpenLAN.
Awesome. All right. So I'll take it from the top. So just to give you a quick overview and the value prop of Open Wi-Fi and OpenLAN really, and apologies, I say Open Wi-Fi because that's how we started, but we've been rebranded as OpenLAN. Under OpenLAN, we've now got Open Wi-Fi, we've got OLS, and which is OpenLAN switching. And I'll talk about a new initiative, which is OpenLAN Gateway. So that is what OpenLAN today is comprised of. The value prop is around, it's always been about open and disaggregated networks. And we started with Wi-Fi and we disaggregated that. And we created a value prop in the early years of our existence. We slowly expanded that to switching. We brought all of that into a one unified management layer. And now we're looking to expand into a gateway product or a great gateway solution rather that comes under the same open, disaggregated, and under a unified, centrally managed solution. So what does that give to our telcos, ISPs, and MSPs? Well, it gives you interop across multi-vendors. You have our partners from Edgecores, but we have many other partners in our ecosystem. So it gives you vendor interop, there is no lock-in, and the binding force around this is how we achieve that is what you alluded to, Vishal, is our PKI. Our PKI solutioning allows us to provide a zero-touch provisioning and gives you a neutrality of vendors within our ecosystem to plug and play. So interop is done really simple. And we spent, just looking at 2025, we spent a lot of our effort in refreshing the PKI and the certificates that we have now that allows us to interop really easily. So that has been a great technical achievement, and it's been done together as a community. So the way we operate is we come in together as a community, ODMs, providers working together on our solution. We have 3 releases every year, and we roll innovations and feature enhancements every release. So just to also highlight, 2025, we saw a massive growth We did 3 times we tripled the number of devices that we produced as a community. We surpassed 400,000. For us, this is a great feat for us as a community. And we're hoping in 2026, we're going to take that and double or triple that number. Okay. I'm really excited to announce that, as you mentioned, WBA and TIP OpenLAN has a liaison partnership that we just signed up. And part of that, you will see innovation come in as part of QoS, end-to-end QoS, from your Wi-Fi, from your switching to your gateway to your broadband network, rest of the network, a full end-to-end, but working with WBA. And we will also work on initiatives like indoor AFC, right? A hot topic, people now enabling 6 gigahertz technologies and standard power. So we're going to be working together with WBA and have partners like Edgecore be the first to deploy them in field.
Fantastic. Great. Excellent. Thanks, Jaspreet. That's a really good sort of bird's eye view. Let me just drill it down a little bit just so that there's true clarity on all of this. So zero touch provisioning, cloud controlled, interoperable access point technology, or gateway or LAN switching. So effectively, when packaged up and taken by a telco, ISP or MSP, they'll effectively be able to take an alternative to what exists in the market for enterprise grade solutioning, if that's correct.
Absolutely.
And as I've understood, the 400,000 access points that are already deployed that are now PKI certified or going through the process of PKI certification gives some level of confidence that those particular access points, albeit from different types of vendors, ODMs, are working within particular environments. These could be multi-dwelling units that can work well within real estate or hospitality or retail, that sort of thing, but also as a part of offloading propositions off mobile networks. Is that correct? Am I speaking correctly?
Absolutely. So we find ourselves deploying in enterprises. We find ourselves deploying in MDUs. We find ourselves deploying in airports and stadiums and retails. So those use cases that you mentioned are widely deployed. And one of the hot topics in one of those deployments is offloading. And that is a common integration that we've done with other partners, with Passpoint and Open Roaming. So yeah, full end-to-end. The solution's been tried and tested in all of those settings. And we've got other partners that are championing offload scenarios like others that we know of that have taken that into actual production systems.
Fantastic. Thank you. So the overall value prop is there's flexibility, there's choice, there's zero touch provisioning, there's confidence and surety in terms of interop. And then finally, it's not about cost anymore. This is about actually driving forward choice in the market. And therefore, it leads to a broader addressable supply chain, basically,
That's right.
Those who are looking
Absolutely. 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 And if you flip that around a bit, the efficiency you get on the other side of people that are developing the solution is you've got savings on R&D. We're all working together on the essential table stakes, and you're not duplicating effort and engineering effort. So you get to work on your value add propositions on top of the base stack. So you got, values on both sides of the can.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if I may, one of the key propositions to the supplier community within the TIP OpenLAN group is specifically working and contributing into an open source code base, if I'm correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Fantastic. Before I move to TT, would you mind just giving a little bit more information on the AFC proposal or proposition that you're talking about for OpenWiFi and quality of service? Yeah. Talk a little bit more about those two.
Yeah, absolutely. AFCs, we've been at it, looked at it in 2025. We actually have a solution in our an Edgecore AP that's for outdoor solutions. So we support that today. We have an outdoor AFC. What we are embarking on now as a community is looking at solving indoor solution for AFC. So as you know, the challenge indoors is really around location. How do you know for accurately figure out your location? And part of that, then you're able to go down the AFC chain and get get the proper transmit powers to be set according to your location. So this is where we're going to be working hand in hand with WBA. They have some ideas around other open source applications that could be attached to help triangulate or solve the location problem. And together solutionizing this and take this to FCC as a full solution that can be certified by FCC and then hence enable all of our partners in our ecosystem to go deploy. So we're excited about that. A lot of work we have to do both in the system solution of this, design of this, and also implementation. And then the second largest initiative is around QoS. And this can touch both APs for us and switches. We've got two components, and now our third one is going to be gateway. So we're looking at a unified approach into QoS, not just on Wi-Fi, but also on the switching side and in a full end-to-end. So we've got base foundation that exists in OpenLAN and OpenWiFi that we're going to look to extend across into the switching, and then work with WBA in defining a full end-to-end. So we're really excited about that, and I think the use cases as we get into applications and video applications and other deployment requirements that demands it, I think we'll find in 2026 making that a reality for kind of these networks or for these solutions to enable that. So
Yeah,
excited.
absolutely. No, it's very good. And I'm glad WBA is, coming in with TIP Open LAN on this. And WBA is a much larger community than the TIP Open LAN, but there's a great synergy between both. Solving problems that actually are relevant in the market, using technologies and approaches that are available in the market. I love the fact that the AFC one is going from outdoor to indoor, propagating power in the right way. And having FCC approvals downstream is a very good sort of, again, another sign of thumbs up there. And quality of service is becoming more and more of an important aspect, not just on Wi-Fi access, but also on mobile networks. So there's going to be some great synergies there when we start to look at those types of content applications that are being used where QoS is going to be a relevant metric.
Yeah. I was just going to add, just on that QoS part, we actually took a head start in what WBA has an initiative called Access Service Metrics. And together with WBA and one of their partners, we're getting that work upstreamed into OpenLAN this release. So we're really excited about that. And that helps in our offloading scenarios that you spoke about, where it's done based on a QoS level. So that awareness is going to be really, really interesting, and we're hoping to launch that very soon.
Fantastic. This is good. And I think this opens a channel for more deeper conversations on these aspects later on in over the next coming months as well. So thank you for that. And I presume more will be talked about in the next OpenWiFi Summit as well. And we'll come to that in a second. If I may, I would like to pass over to TT. So sorry, I'm calling you TT, Teng Tai, but that's just been the name that we've known each other and known you for a long time on. And let me just move to Edgecore. So it would be lovely to hear from you. What Edgecore's being the champion in this space. What is it that you have been doing? And tell us a little bit more about the SKU developments that you've been working on, as well as the PKI certification approach that you've been taking. Yeah, tell us more.
Okay. Edgecore was one of the original OpenWiFi member. So we understand the success of OpenWiFi rely on high quality and complete hardware solution, and also with the flexibility, so can support the feature in software enhancement. So we have been continuing providing hardware for each different generation of Wi-Fi AP, starting from Wi-Fi 5, 6, 6E, and now 7, both for indoor and outdoor, and for built-in external antenna. So for all our Wi-Fi AP, we also have the IoT chip built-in. AP or AP supports Bluetooth and Zigbee. Some of them support Wi-Fi Halo. We make our hardware ready for supporting different types of IoT device integration. For the switch side, we support layer 2, layer 3, PoE and PoE up to aggregation switch. So we provide a switch for, I would say, for every Wi-Fi AP deployment needs. But recently, OpenLAN has a new group called OpenLAN Gateway. We are also actively developing hardware for this new project group. So we hope to provide end-to-end solution for the community. In addition, our team also actively participate in every subgroup meeting, work together with the partner on like feature requirement development and the testing. I think the success of Open Wi-Fi rely on every partner participation. So not just Edgecore and other also partners, so we have a company also participate in and contribute resource. Then in addition, marketing team also actively promoting OpenLAN OpenWiFi solution. So we have been post actively in LinkedIn and other social media. And also we also work with partner to conduct webinar or special event for our partners. Then in addition, we also actively participate in the event such as FGC, Network S fields at high tech. This is the field we are regularly attending. We also send our engineer to WPC to present more like in-depth technical discussion. Moving forward, we, like Jaspreet just mentioned, in 2025, we also spend a lot of effort working on the new PKI system and transition. We have finished all the necessary implementation and also tested with some of our partners in the field. As far as I know, our partners right now, for example, our customers right now are actively converting the device to support the new PKI architecture. Moving forward, we will focus in to continue to provide complete hardware solution with this year, 2026, we'll focus more on the complete all the Wi-Fi 6 AP, Wi-Fi 7 AP, including standard power indoor and outdoor AP. Also, we also work on more multi-gig PoE switch so we can support like a high power Wi-Fi 7 AP. Yeah, that's what we are doing today.
That's fantastic. So in summary, indoor and outdoor Wi-Fi 6 compliant and going into Wi-Fi 7 compliant access point architectures, SKUs with switching and moving towards gateway. Very strong sort of profile and portfolio of hardware, basically. The PKI certification architecture is being supported by Edgecore very specifically. Yes. And actually you've been driving forward a lot of, I guess, transition to PKI-certified access points across a number of your sort of current and future deployments, which is great. I mean, certainly Jaspreet and I would be very keen to see not just Edgecore, but other ODMs following the same pathway that you're doing as well. And of course, yes, Edgecore is tapping into the addressable market because of that and really promoting yourself as a champion with very good marketing. And certainly when we put this podcast out, would love to sort of highlight those same sort of social media posts that you've been putting out as well, just to show that there is real movement in the market from Edgecore perspective. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So back to Jaspreet, you've got our next event coming, the Open Wi-Fi Summit, if I'm correct.
That's right. So we've got our next event. We'll be hosting that at Wi-Fi Now. Wi-Fi Now is actually has a hosted event called OpenLAN Summit. In fact, the history with that is we launched Open Wi-Fi with Wi-Fi Now. That was our first summit, and we did that during our COVID time. It was a virtual summit that we ran with Klaus. And we've been consistently been doing that event. And now this is our Summit 2.0. Hope to see everybody at Mountain View on April 15th. And we'll be talking about, all the innovation that OpenLAN is doing and it's a good way to get our community members together, right? So we're hoping to meet all of you there. So that's the first event that we're going to be at. Follow that up with, in May, there is a WBA Network X event.
Yeah,
and are in Dallas, and we hope to see all of you there as well. There we hope to we hope to showcase the liaison work that OpenLAN and WBA would have done by then, plan to do for the rest of the year. So those are at least two. Some of our community a lot of our community ends up at High Tech as well. So I would, as TT mentioned, please do visit High Tech. You will see a lot of our partners showcasing to the hospitality solution and ecosystem.
Fantastic. And then we'll have Fuse later in November as well. All of these are in North America. Let's be honest, that's geographically where the most of the effort is being at the moment. But as a community, I'll hearken to those who are outside North America to come to the community and talk to them about these types of solutions, especially in Europe, Middle East, as well as in Asia Pacific and Latin Africa. We really want to showcase that there are deployable solutions that are available now. And actually, there's a lot of great effort that's available through the community and try and drive forward further feature roadmap, etc. So, Jaspreet, TT, that's probably all I had to ask. Is there anything else that you guys want to say?
I would just add, if you're listening to us, I would say get involved. It's a great project that is growing, and we always need new members and people that can drive our solution forward. From it, if you want to be a contributor, happy to take part in what we do from an engineering point of view. And also, if you are looking to implement or deploy these solutions, get involved. And you've got example like Edgecore, where you can learn a lot from our number one partner who's been involved from day one. So it's, I would encourage everybody to get involved.
Absolutely. TT, anything else from you?
Yes, we will continue to promote OpenLAN solution. As of today, we already built end-to-end based on Cloud SDK's end-to-end solution. Then it can be used for our partner and potential customer to test their OpenWiFi solution, not just Edgecore hardware. It's compatible with everyone's hardware, and Edgecore will also continue to actively participate in the event. For this year coming in May, we will be in Dallas for WGC Network S. In June, High Tech. In October, we will have people at the WPC in Prague and the Network S and the WGC in Vienna. November Fuse. So we will continue to promote OpenWiFi, and we hope there are more partner and potential customer would like to come to see the really good solution and scalable solution.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, both. You heard it from these guys. Firstly, engage and understand what's available there, whether you're a consumer, an implementer, or whether you want to be a contributor and join the community. The next event is in April that Jaspreet has just highlighted. It's been already posted up by Tip, and we're ready to see more community development in this space. But this is a fantastic opportunity. It sounds like the Wi-Fi space is changing, and there is a very strong proponent and alternative out there in the market that is enterprise grade and ready to go. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.